Hello, everybody. Welcome to One Drink, a podcast where we talk about one topic for one drink. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Oliver.
And this week, we are taking a different road.
Dark.
A dark road. But interesting, though.
Correct.
So, we are going to be talking about black market body parts.
Yeah.
And how much they're worth. And
by the end of the video,
yeah,
we're definitely going to answer the question.
Yep.
How much is a life worth?
Yes. So stay tuned to the end. And there is an answer for it.
There is an answer for it. So if you want to know how much your life is worth,
we have a legit
answer.
A legit answer. Mm-hmm. So I came across this. I work in the hospital industry. I heard, some doctors or someone talking, and they mentioned how much a heart is worth or something. And then, in my mind, I started thinking, One Drink Podcast. I'm like, okay, so how can we turn it into
we should have tried to get a doctor on this show.
So I called Oliver up. I was like, hey, dude, what do you think about black market?
Black market organs.
Yeah.
I think I answered almost immediately, too.
I was like, I'm in. Damn.
Well, dude, I'm watching House right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again. So, like, I'm already in that, like, doctor's zone.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it every day, so.
You
know what you got to do one of these days? You got to go up to, like, a doctor that you've met that you think at least can, like, take a joke.
Yeah.
And be like, need a kidney, bro?
Oh, man. And then he's like, yeah, how much?
And then he's just like, with a scalpel, dude, like, pulls it out of his, like, fucking pocket.
He says, walk with me down to the OR real quick.
Like, no.
Just joking.
No, dude. I'm not going to go with you anywhere.
Yeah, so there is so... And for me, I can't believe that this is, to this day, a legit thing that happens.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's worth enough. It's
crazy, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nuts. It's scary, though, at the same time. But, I mean, it's not, like, kind of what you think. You know what I mean? Like... It's not, people imagine, illegal trafficked organs. You start thinking of images of, like, people getting drugged and, dragged into a bathtub. You wake up in a bathtub full of ice, you know what I mean, with a big old hole in your side.
What the?
While that does happen, it's a very, very small portion.
True.
Like, of this. I mean, essentially, as messed up as it sounds, it's an industry. It's like a business.
It's huge.
It's an illegal underground business, just like the drug trade, and just like, you know what I mean. That's
what's fascinating to me.
Yeah,
it's like you can get drugs, you can get this and that, but at the same time, if you dig deep enough, you can get a toe,
you can get whatever you want,
anything
you get whatever you want, dude. And this industry, we'll call it, for lack of a better word, is a nearly $2 billion a year industry.
And that's what is just...
That's unbelievable to me.
Oh,
that there is that lucrative of a thing out there in you're talking organs.
Organs.
Like, yeah. All this gooey stuff up inside.
It's
worth a fortune.
I know people pass away every day, unfortunately.
Yeah. But
to some people, they're just like, instead of grieving, they're like, cha-ching,
right,
cha-ching,
right.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, so there's also no official number on the black market turnover for illegally transported organs, but different studies come to an estimated of profits between $600 million and $1.2 billion per year.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, they really have no idea... like how much money, because I saw reports that were similar to that. I saw some that were less. I saw some that said that it was up to $5 billion a year. Because it's not like there's any way to track it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They just go on averages of what they think is being done. But
it's hard to think.
It's nuts. I mean, you're talking anywhere between 600 million to $5 billion.
Billion.
I know, billion. Yeah. Billion.
And this is almost, it's up there money-wise with, like, the drugs.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, wow.
Oh, well.
Maybe not really up there with the drugs.
True. But it's...
with a drug.
Yeah. Weed?
What,
no.
weed.
I forgot. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Right.
But this is what's crazy too. As of January 2020, there are more than 100,000 candidates waiting for organ transplants just in the United States.
Yeah.
And so I think when I was doing the research, it takes up to like 6 months to maybe even 2 years.
Yeah, so they said that the average, I can't remember, I don't have it listed, but I know that I read that in the United States, the average wait time for a kidney, I think, is 3.5 years.
Right.
You know, obviously some is less, some is more.
If you get lucky, or...
I think I read that the UK has the shortest average wait time, which is like 2.5 years. Again, some could be 6 months, depending on severity, and
And there is like a waiting list. Like,
oh yeah, no, they put you on the donor registry list.
Yeah,
they
and depending on your situation.
Yep. Yeah, situation and circumstances, and you get ranked. If you're older, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, you're lower on the list because, they're going to give a kidney to
a kid,
a 20-year-old rather than, a 65-year-old.
Yep.
So, but it's just, but they have committees that like vote, whether a person is eligible to be placed on the list. So,
right.
and you're just talking, these are the people that have actually made the list, because just as many people that make the list or more don't make the list because they have a pre-existing condition, or they have something that doesn't let them qualify to be on it, because you have to qualify to be on the list before you can even get on the list, and then you have to wait on the list. So
it's not you just I'm on the list.
No, I'm on the list. No, you got to qualify to be on the list first,
which is good.
It's just like if you have cirrhosis of the liver because you're an alcoholic, you don't qualify to be on the list.
Yeah,
to get a new liver. It's nuts.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if like you have,
it's strict to
Yeah, there's huge guidelines. If you have mental health, there's certain mental health criteria that you have to make as well.
Right.
Like if you have a pattern of attempted suicides or stuff like that, or like cutting and stuff like that, like you don't qualify because they deem you too high of a risk. It's crazy the politics that like go into it.
And that's the thing too, is like, yes, this is a crazy subject, but also for me, it's something I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
So everything that I've read, and like, it's just information just blowing my head up. I'm like, oh my God, all this stuff is just crazy.
I know. And it's like the law really hasn't like really caught up as well with it. So technically, it's in some places it's starting to become folded in with human trafficking. But not in all places, but which I think it should be, because you're talking about trafficking human parts, you know what I mean? And then you got to get it from somewhere, and a lot of the times, you know what I mean? Like it's desperate people that are being taken advantage of, and whatever. But anyway, so in October 2011, a 60-year-old Brooklyn man admitted to brokering the illegal sale of 3 kidney transplants, purchasing the organs from economically desperate people in Israel. So these guys are, hard times, broke, trying to provide for themselves or their families or whatever, and the only thing that they got that's worth anything is their organs. So he bought them for as little as $10,000 a piece, and then sold them to sick patients in America for more than $100,000 each.
Wow.
Rosenbaum's lawyers attempted to portray their client as someone offering a life-saving service, but organ selling is illegal, and for his crime, Rosenbaum was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison in what was America's first federal conviction for illegal organ profiteering. He was released in 2014. So, you're talking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Was the first federally charged person for trafficking organs.
And that's just trafficking.
Right. So, that's, the first one that got charged federally was 10 years ago. And you know damn well that this has been happening for decades and decades and decades and decades.
Ever since doctors came into existence.
Right. They've been harvesting pieces.
Yeah. And I see it at the hospital. The guys, they walk out of the morgue and they got the little cooler.
With the cooler, yeah.
Sometimes 2.
Yeah.
And it's daily.
Do they use Yetis?
No.
Or are they like specially made
They're like
coolers?
official.
Yeah. They look like those little lunch boxes, though.
Yeah.
Those little red with the white top, the Coleman's or whatever.
And that's exactly what it looks like. But it's just like all the time. Just you see the company that goes in, they come out.
And they go in quick, too. When someone passes and they're an organ donor, that's legal stuff, though.
It's
you know
legal.
What I mean? Are you an organ donor?
I am not.
I am.
I don't believe.
I am. I think that everybody should be. Well, I mean, I'm not judging people that aren't. Because,
right.
Whatever. It's your own choice. But for me, personally...
Yeah.
The fuck do I need them for?
I would love...
And I'm going to get cremated anyways. Yeah. So,
do what you want.
Take them all.
I heard the greatest story.
And if they're not worth shit, then, I'll donate my body to science. I don't give a shit. What am I going to care? I don't need it anymore.
I saw doing this research, the greatest story. So, this guy's daughter died. Her heart went to another woman, right? Everything went fine. She met up with the father, and the father listens to his daughter's heart.
Oh,
dude,
that's heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking, but amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean heartbreaking in like a good way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like,
and then I was like, oh my god. So when you talk about being an organ donor, that's something that I would love to like. If someone took my organ, you know what I mean, just be like, oh.
And you hear those stories. Those stories are pretty common too, where you hear of parents or children of a family member of an organ donor meeting up with the recipient. Yeah. And being, it's amazing. Your child is still, or your family member is still
kind of there.
Sort of, you know what I mean? Helping another life, continue to go. So it's got to be cool for that dad to,
oh my God,
to be able to, you know what I mean?
And like, I was just
a little creepy.
A little creepy, same thing, but I was just but it's cool as hell, you know what I mean? Like, but, so another thing about this black market thing, hair, right?
Yeah.
Hair, it's like, what the heck? So the human hair, the market is a 900 million around the world, and about 40% of that hair is sold for human extensions. So a lot of it goes...
How much?
900 million.
So I wish I had hair.
40% of it like goes to like extensions and other patients, but the other 60% is just illegal. I don't know how it could be illegal.
What do you got, little ninjas running around with scissors?
I don't know. It's like
they're fucking stealing people's hair.
But either way, a hair is a $900 million industry.
That's crazy.
Like with all the toupees and
and wigs for. I mean, a lot of it though. I mean, I hope that a lot of it goes to good use, like for wigs for cancer patients. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that they can feel confident.
That's
you know
what we should have done.
Like
when we shaved our heads, we should have did that.
No, it's got to be a certain length.
Oh, you're right.
It's got to be a certain length. I think it needs to be like 12 inches or something like that.
Right, we would have to
because there's that foundation, Locks of Love.
That's what it was.
Where they take donations of people's hair and make
because we talked about doing that.
Yeah.
And it was like...
no, it's got to be 12 inches, and I'm not growing... Nobody wants my hair.
It would take us 5 years.
Forever. I'll go bald before my hair grows out that much. I'll lose it before I can grow it that long.
There's other donations we can do.
My dad's got long, thick, curly hair, and he's got a better hairline than I do, and he's almost 70. And he's donated several times to Locks of Love. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, no, that's a super cool foundation or charity, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but the human hair thing, I was just like,
that's crazy about human hair. That's so much money, and it's why is it black? Oh wow. Well,
yeah,
I'm not gonna split hairs here.
That was great. I loved it.
I knew I was gonna get one pun in here.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
So there are also no official numbers on the black market turnover for illegally transported. Oh wait, I already said that.
Yeah.
What I meant to read was the most prominent organ that is traded illegally is the human kidney.
Yep.
So, I mean, you need them.
Yep.
And
it's not, you got two of them. That's why it's like the most commonly traded one, because you can give up one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still,
Yeah. So
to be all right.
My old neighbor, Tina, she did this with her brother. Her brother needed a kidney. She gave up one of her organs and gave it to him. Everything went good. It's been 4 years now. Healthy as could be.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That would be... I mean, I would do it. Would you?
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, for somebody...
That you like, you know, not...
I'm not just going to randomly...
Yeah.
Donate my kidney.
If I'm alive,
like one of my parents or if I had siblings, you know what I mean? I mean, you know, you take my top ranked like friends, you know, in the world too. You know what I mean? Like if they needed, you know, some of my best friends, if they needed one too, you know what I mean? I would get tested to see if I was a match.
Yeah. Like if I'm alive, I'll do it to my close circle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously if I'm passed away and you can use both.
Yep.
Oh, please.
Oh yeah.
Please.
That's
do it.
yeah. The whole organ donation thing. Like when I die, like if it's you know, I mean, hopefully I live until you know I'm old and my shit ain't worth nothing no more. But you know, if I went in an accident and they could, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody could get saved or a couple people could get saved. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you need it for? That's like these selfish ass people that are like, oh no, you can't have my shit. Why not? For what?
Help someone.
You're not even gonna need it. Bitch, you're dead.
Yeah.
It's just gonna rot in the ground. Why not? Try and save something now.
So what would you do if you were in this situation, though? So we know that this exists, right?
Right, yeah.
So just say that we're out and about, right?
Yep.
And, you know, we're having a drink somewhere, and you kind of, like, just see, like, a transaction of this go down of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you hear him talking, and you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, kind of like the movies.
Yeah.
You know, and then... You know, they're like, oh, yeah, you know, a heart, you know, whatever. And you kind of see everything go down. Would you just be like, wow, I've seen it all now?
No, I'd walk up and be like, I need $5,000 to keep my mouth shut.
For real, though, but wouldn't you?
No, that's what I would do. I'd be like, I need $5,000 to keep my mouth shut about what I just overheard. And I got it on my phone. And I put it in the cloud, so if I die, it just gets sent to 100 people.
That's quick acting. I mean, that's a quick come-up, too. But man, I would just be...
What are they going to do?
I don't know.
What are they going to do?
Right.
I tell them I sent 100 copies to, you know, that'll go if I don't delete them in 24 hours.
I'm sending it to the police right now.
Right. It's like I send it to a cloud account and it's going to go out in 24 hours unless I delete it. And only I know the encrypted password, which is 28 characters.
Oh,
so give me $5,000. It'd be great.
But yeah.
And then I'd shake their hands and be like, thank you very much.
Stupid. You should have did this in your house.
Right. Dumbass. Come do this shit at the bar. You're at Quimby's, dude. What are you doing?
I thought it would be cool here. Everyone's cool.
Not that cool. They might be cool, but I need $5,000, dog.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Yep. Straight to hell. All right, so we've got a list now.
We do.
Now, by no means is this all of the things that get traded on the market, but ones that we thought were interesting, you know, from lowest to highest. So my first one is skin. Skin.
Wow.
And skin is being sold at $10 per square inch.
$10
per square inch. So,
and see, this is
$10.
And this is the whole reason we're doing the show is because, you know, if you're still watching this is the information that is gonna you're gonna be shocked.
Yeah.
And not everybody knows this stuff.
Nope.
You know,
you're not gonna think about shit the same anymore either.
No, you're not.
Because now, in my mind, if I hear that somebody's getting a transplant, I'm immediately gonna think it's illegal.
I mean,
and they say that like up to 10-15% of transplants done in this country alone are acquired illegally.
Oh my God.
10 to 15%. So if they do, what did we say? How many kidneys did we say are done every year? Almost 17 in 2013. Almost 17,000 kidney transplants were performed in the U.S. Right? So
it's got to be
10% of that were illegal. It's crazy.
Now, could you also imagine if, like, you know, doctors are just like, yo, we needed to get a heart quick.
I mean, they can't. Statistically, some doctors in normal everyday hospitals are involved in that shit. Right. They just have to be. You know what I mean? It just statistically, there's got to be a 1%. You know what I mean?
There's got to be that one doctor
that's got to be involved in it.
I can get you a heart.
Right.
Right now.
Right. Or you know, at least one who tries to, like, morally justify it by saying, you know, oh, well, I'm saving a life. You know what I mean? Like, he knows where the kidney's coming from.
Right.
Not that he's maybe not that they, you know, he or she isn't like explicitly involved in it, but they sort of just turn and look away when they're like, oh, well, I found a kidney.
Well, it's
and,
just,
you know, they don't ask from who.
Right.
You know, they just do the surgery.
It's just reality that there's that 1% in every job that you're at. That it's just that oddball.
Yep, for sure.
But for doctors, I mean, this is
some crazy shit.
Crazy. All right, so we're gonna go with a gallbladder
worth
$1,200. It's not bad.
Not bad.
I mean, now for the gallbladders, you don't need that. Don't people have gallbladder surgery that you can live out?
You can live without it.
Yeah. That's what I meant to say.
I mean, you should have it, but you can live without it. Yeah.
At this point, I need everything I got.
I need it all. I need all that assistance up in my guts. All right, so I got blood.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody knows that there's a blood shortage in the world.
This is true.
Even though thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people donate blood every day.
They do.
You know, to the Red Cross, to whomever. You know what I mean? People donate blood all the time, but there's still a blood shortage. And these black market profiteers go in for it. Blood currently is valued at $340 per pint.
Damn.
Yeah. That's a lot.
$340
per pint. Even though most people are eligible to donate blood, there's still typically a big shortage of the necessary life-giving component of the human body, both for individual patients and pharmaceutical companies. Therefore, illegal blood farming has become a surprisingly common practice. In India, some people become trapped in so-called blood farms, where they're kept in cages and forced to donate blood. Can you imagine being held hostage in a cage with a fucking IV stuck into your arm and they're just sucking blood out of you all the time, dude? Oh, you talk about my worst nightmare.
Oh, man. And for me, you said blood farm.
Yeah.
So when I think of a farm, there's just
person, all stuck to a bag, dude.
Oh my
Another source of the blood industry is the prison system, where in the 1970s, drug companies paid prisoners in the U.S. for blood that was unfortunately contaminated with hepatitis C. The average value of blood in the black market is $340 per pint.
That's so crazy. Blood
farms.
Wow.
Blood farms, dude.
I'm never
blood farms.
That's
like in a horror movie for me, dude.
It is.
It's in a horror movie.
I'm going to be talking about blood farms for the rest of the night.
So, I donated blood a few times when I was a teenager, and then I was volunteering with the Red Cross, and I went to donate blood, and I passed out.
Oh.
And I just thought it was like maybe I didn't eat enough that day or whatever. And then, you can only donate like every, 6-8 weeks or 12 weeks or something like that. There's like a limit on how often you can donate. So I went back when I was eligible again, and same thing. I made sure I ate, you know what I mean? Like I ate the night before, and I ate, breakfast, and I was, drinking some vitamin C and, orange juice beforehand and whatever. And then I went to donate again, passed out again.
Really?
Did it a third time, passed out again, so I can't donate blood anymore.
Is it just the needles?
I don't know. I hate needles.
Dude.
I also hate the feeling of, like, when I get blood taken, dude, like, I can feel it. Like, I can feel myself, like, about to pass out. And, dude, I've tried everything, like, laying down, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these things. So, dude, like, when I have to go, I just had to go for blood panels a couple months ago. Yeah. They had to do some tests for me. And I told the lady, and they only take those little jars. You know what I mean? Those tiny little, it's like it's not much. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten cuts in the last year that have bled more. You know what I mean? I've had nosebleeds worse than that, and I pass out. But it's just, I don't know what it is, man. It's just, I have to lay down when I get shots.
Oh, yeah?
In case I pass out. I just can't, dude, needles just fucking freak me out.
I had one shot, a cortisone shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a normal shot. The needle's a little longer, and it goes kind of like, I believe, right to the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude. She's like, "You ready?" It was like, zoom, and I felt it touch the bone, and I was like, "Ah!" I screamed so loud.
Freaking me out, dude. Oh, freaking me out.
I was like, "What the hell was that?"
Oh.
She's like, "I had to go to your bone. Sorry." I was like, "Oh my Lord."
That's how somebody gets accidentally punched in the face.
Oh, dude,
it's making me freak out right now.
That was some pain right
It's making me
there.
freak out right now. So it's one of those things where it's like, if somebody came up and mugged me with a knife,
Yeah.
not that scared. Gun, all right, maybe a little bit more scared than a knife.
Mm.
You come up and mug me with a needle, dude. You come up to me with a syringe and give me all your money, boy. I'll give you my car. I'll sign over my house.
You're just like,
wallet. I'll throw my pants at you, dog. I don't give a shit. I will walk home butt ass naked in the snow. Just get that needle out of my face, dude. Get it out of my face.
They're like, "Hey, man."
You want my kid? I got a kid.
They're like this. "Hey, man." Just a shrink.
Right, and full of water needed. I'm out.
They're like, "That was it?" Oh, shit. That's funny, though.
Dad, dude.
All right, so we're going to do coronary artery. I think that's just
It's the main artery in your heart.
your heart,
Mm-hmm.
which is amazing. This is only 1,500. You would think
1,500.
You would think like that would be more, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just a valve, though.
Yeah,
I believe
they can do like artificial ones now, though, too. So it's not fully necessary to get one. So it's not like a hot commodity.
I would almost want to get a fake one.
Me too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
'Cause it's more.
Yeah.
You know, you get a black market one.
Right. You don't know.
Yeah, it could rip or
You don't know what's going on with that one. Yeah. I'll take the more bionic things I can have. Like I'm in. You know what I mean?
Fill me up.
Fill me up. Dude. I'll take all the carbon fiber titanium.
I'll be like,
you got,
I would
dude.
sell myself if you could replace it with
all artificial shit. Yeah.
And I'll just be like, "Hey, dude, I think I'm gonna be around for quite some time.
Time to upgrade. I got that new version 3.2.1 liver. Need me one of them.
Oh shit!
All right, I'm gonna go to shoulder.
The old shoulder. Huh?
Now again, same as as the artery. You don't necessarily need one,
True.
but some people, I guess, just would rather have a replacement, real one than a metal one or a plastic or whatever the hell they make them out of now.
Yeah.
But $500.
That's it.
$500. Same for a stomach as well.
A stomach.
$500 for a stomach. Now you don't need your whole stomach
True.
to survive. You know what I mean? You only need a portion of it.
That's weird to think about.
So, but yeah, I don't know if I'd want somebody else's stomach. Like, what if they like shitty food?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be over here eating
Vegan this and
hey,
vegan.
dude, like, if they're not used to eating burgers and shit. You know what I mean?
That one big burger you get,
Right.
you're like,
Not cool with it.
I'm gonna need another something.
Like, dude, are you eating a salad? Yeah, it's my stomach.
So got a small intestine here.
See, I feel like, again, with the small intestine, it's not very high up the list because,
You don't.
the small intestine is huge.
Right. That's what always messed with my
Tens
head.
of feet
Yeah.
long. You know what I mean? It's
They're just
20
like-
feet long or whatever it is.
This is all wrapped
So,
up, right?
and, you can take out sections of it and be totally fine. Well, not totally fine, but you know what I mean? It's livable.
So $2,500 for a small intestine.
It's funny to me that that's more expensive than the artery.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, like you said, they got fake ones now, so
Yeah, but still, like, it's
still
I feel like it would be more. I don't know.
I think anything with the heart would be kind of,
Yeah. Right.
But
Wow. So this is an interesting one. Scalp.
oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So check this out. $600
For a new.
Well, I mean, it's not like a live person, though. This is stuff that's farmed from dead people.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not going to get anybody gonna sell their scalp for $600. So
I come on the show next week. Hey
Right.
guys.
right. So check this out. In 2015, Houston surgeons performed the first scalp transplant in the world. This could eventually lead to scalp transplants, solving a long list of problems, including male pattern baldness.
Like it.
Why not just shave your head? Instead of getting somebody else's scalp sewn on your head, you want hair that bad? Buy a wig. There's plenty of black market ones out there.
There is.
For God's sakes. Though the scalp transplant was performed, though this first successful scalp transplant was performed for a man who lost his scalp because of a rare form of cancer.
Oh, damn.
So he must have had, some sort of cancer where they had to remove his scalp. And then he had one successfully transplanted.
Wow.
I wonder if he could have, do you think he could, pick, though? Like, I want to be blonde.
Right, or like...
I want to have, I want to try black hair.
Yeah.
Let me get the black haired scalp.
Something.
You know what I mean? Did he get the pick? Did they have it, laid out on, like a ball of ice?
I mean,
he's just, sitting there? Ooh, that's nice hair. Was the hair still connected to the scalp, though? Is that how it works?
It's gotta be.
Or do they shave it and then take the skin and then just put the skin on?
Well, you gotta think, though, also, this is what...
So gross.
This is what blows my mind, is all right, you put it on. Is that shit gonna grow?
I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works.
You can't just magically... there's gotta be...
That's what I mean. Is the hair still... Do they just take the thing, grab the hair and...
But
I have
seen
that bitch on?
I have seen
so gross.
The reverse of that, to where bald guys get, hair, literally glued or sewed onto their head. You know what I mean?
It's gross, dude. It looks so fake, too. Or the plugs.
You know what I mean? The plugs.
It looks so ridiculous.
That's why this hair industry is a $900 million fucking... Oh, God.
That's gross.
What other one you got?
So I have... bones and ligaments. Up to a few $1,000s. It seems hard to believe, but even broken human bones are for sale. Even unbroken human bones are for sale on the black market. Ligaments are another item that is in demand. Bones and ligaments are typically stolen from corpses. A whole corpse, dead one, goes for about $5,000.
Of just legit bones.
Just a full dead corpse. So you dead. I'll sell you for 5 G's.
I'm small, so you'll probably get $250.
I'll give you $2,500. Come on, man, $4,000. It's like buying a used car.
Come on, man, that dude's small as hell.
Come on, man. That's like me. I'm tall and I'm skinny.
Right.
Come on, there's almost nothing here. You know what I mean? Buying a bicycle.
It's crazy though that even just bones.
Yeah.
There's a market for everything.
I know. It's nuts.
Oh my God. So eggs.
Ligaments and
range. This one's got quite the huge range.
Yep. Well, this one's also got a big legal market to it as well.
Right. So it's kind of
eggs. Yeah.
So it's 5,000 to 50,000.
Yep.
Right, like you said, there is the legal part of it, but there is also
there's a huge illegal market for it too. Huge.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And if you want kids,
you know what I didn't find on here in any of the reading that I did was an illegal sperm market.
And there's got to be that too.
Probably not.
You don't think so? You never know.
Not really, because you don't make that much. If you go to a sperm bank,
I don't even 20, 30, 50,
I don't even know how much it is, but I know it's not a lot of money. Nowhere near what it is for an egg.
True. Because I know, I've heard that women, they freeze their egg and they keep them for up to a certain amount. And I don't know if that's where it becomes, can they legally sell that?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I know that they can sell them, and then, people who are trying to have children but, have fertility issues and, they can't have their own children.
Right.
And then, so they take a donor egg and, the whoever's sperm, either it's donated or it's from the dad.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a woman isn't fertile, then she can take, a donated egg,
right?
And then the father can use his sperm for that, and then they take that and then they implant that into the woman,
right?
And then hopefully it goes. Dude, the whole fertility
so crazy
world is super sketchy too. Like a lot of it is legit, but a lot of it is not legit because people can't afford it because it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to like go have a kid.
My one friend did it.
Yeah, which is, it blows my mind that they charge people who are willing to go to those lengths to have a child. You know that those people are going to be good parents. Because if you're willing to go through all of these fertility treatments and and in some cases the whole process can take years.
Oh yeah.
Years.
Easily.
And you got to take drugs and medications and all this stuff.
Qualify
and be on the right and qualify and
money.
So if you're willing to go through all of that to have a child, you're going to be a good parent.
It should be free.
It should be fucking free.
Right?
It should be fucking free.
The gift of life that you're getting, it shouldn't cost you $20,000.
Right, but then you got all these fucking jackass parents out there that have no business.
Yeah,
reproducing.
Yeah, it's
having kids left and right.
That's a whole
But then you got arguably some of the best parents in the world. That'll try for years and years and years through pain and suffering and financial whatever, and then they can't have one, right? Yeah. And then they run out of money and they just can't do it. It's so backwards to me.
A lot of
it's so backwards to me.
There is a lot of backward shit.
Yep.
So that was the eggs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So next for me, I got bone marrow, which can be worth up to $3,000 per gram.
Oh, now that's a game changer.
Per gram. There is also a legal market for this, for bone marrow.
Because there is bone marrow transplant.
Correct.
Right?
Yep, that's what it's for. Yep. Yeah. It's basically for leukemia and autoimmune diseases.
Right.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So, but it's $300 a gram. But bone marrow is extremely painful to extract. Extremely painful.
It's almost like that cortisone shot.
No,
right?
This is in your bone.
You have to go in it.
You have to go into the bone and suck it out. It is. They say that bone marrow, donating bone marrow, is one of the most painful things that you can do.
I would do it.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Oh yeah, I almost did for my grandfather.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
They could put you out. I hope.
No.
You have to be awake. Come on. Yowza.
Yep. They can give you some pain medications and stuff like that, but it's not, you still feel it. It still fucking hurts.
Dude, they could load me with morphine, and if you're going into a bone,
yeah, they say that bone pain and muscle death are some of the most excruciating pains, that you can feel. Yeah, it's crazy.
I would just see that shot would freak me out. Just knowing that, okay.
Bro, I don't even like tetanus shots, dude.
Don't pass out. Just talking about it.
I'm already feeling lightheaded. I'm glad we got off the whole blood thing.
Shit.
But it's so weird because blood doesn't bother me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could get a serious cut right now and just be bleeding all over the place. And blood doesn't bother me.
Right.
But the thought of giving blood, literally, I can feel it. Like, in this area, I can feel myself feeling weird. Just...
Speaking of giving blood, I went and I told the doctor to use this arm. I was like, use this arm, the vein's right here. She goes, no, I got this one. Stabs me, wrong. Jabs me, wrong. I'm just like, okay, can you switch arms and it's right there.
Dude, the last time I had to go donate blood... Or no, I wasn't donating blood. I was at, it's when I broke my foot. I had to go to the ER for them to, check it. And, as a whatever, they just wanted to run, test my blood just to make sure, I don't know, I didn't have infection or whatever. The doctor there, though, at the ER was the funniest doctor I have ever met in my life, dude. He was hilarious. So... he comes over to take my blood. He goes, hey, I'm going to take your blood. So I said, and I was just joking around with him. I was like, well, you don't have nurses to do this? And he goes, we're understaffed right now.
Of course.
And he goes, it's bullshit. It's like, I went to school for 10 years for this. And I was like, hey, sucks to suck, man. So So he started laughing, and he's like, "Do you have a preference on the arm?" I was like, "I don't care. I'm probably just gonna pass out anyways." He goes, "Oh yeah, you're one of those guys, huh?" He goes, so he leans over and he goes, "Pussy." I started dying, dude. I started dying. So, I give him my arm, and I have good veins. Mm-hmm. Like, one, I'm skinny, you know what I mean? So it's, that helps. But I have good veins on both sides. And he goes, he's, doing the thing, make the vein pop a little bit more or whatever. And he goes, "Man, you'd have been a great heroin addict."
Jesus. It's good to have a cool doctor.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, "How do you know you're not?" He was like, "Well, your veins are still good. That's how I know you're not." No, it was so funny, dude. So he's sitting over there and he's looking at the images from my X-rays.
Yeah.
He's on the computer and I'm at the bed, like right, it's only 10 feet away, and he's sitting there and he's got his feet up on the desk, right? And he's clicking through my images, right? And he's sitting there and he's eating a bag of Cheetos, right? So he gets a call and he's like, "Okay, I'll check it right now and I'll give her a call." Obviously, he got a call from some lab or whatever about a patient that was in the ER. So he pulls up the email and he's like, "Oh," he was like, "I knew she was a nasty bitch." I'm like,
damn.
So he calls, he brings up some pictures or whatever, and he calls like one of the nurses over, and he's like, "This is some gross shit." Still got his feet up, and he's like clicking through the picture, and the nurse is like, and so he makes his phone call. He's like, "I'm sorry, hi, this is Dr. So-and-so.
Professional. From
blah, blah, blah." Very professional.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your test results came back, and you're positive for chlamydia.
Oh!
And he's like, so like he hits mute on the phone while she's obviously like saying something, licks his fingers from the Cheeto dust, and he's like, "This bitch is nasty." He like looks at one of the nurses, he's like, "This bitch is nasty."
Oh man,
dude! And I'm like sitting there in the bed, like,
seeing this.
Yeah, dude, and I'm like, listen, and there's nobody else near me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like nobody else can and I'm like, did they give me something? Am I tripping right now? Like, am I having a reaction to like some of the medicine that like somebody? I was like, this is unreal. I was like, I love this guy. I was like, I gotta make a mental note of his name so that if I ever go back to the hospital,
but you'll never forget that.
No, I totally forgot his name. Yeah. But, and I don't want to say what hospital he works at because, you know what I mean, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But, because the guy because I'm sure that he'd get fired for any of that shit.
Of course.
But,
nurses and doctors.
Me, personally, I would want him.
You had a comfort.
You know what I mean?
You were like,
it was so funny, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was great. I love doctors that have humor.
Because a lot of them, most of them, don't.
Dude. They're dry and dull and just...
They're mean.
Or they're mean, or they just look at you like you're a number, dude. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
My great-grandmother, 104 years old. Or 100 years old at the time. In the hospital, chart said no salt. Mm-hmm. Right, because she was having some issues. But she was 100.
Right.
Chart said no salt. So we go to see her, and she's bitching in Italian at the nurse about the food because it just tasted like shit, and she wanted some salt.
I want some good food.
So the doctor comes in, and my great-grandma, she's, I don't know, 5 foot, 90 pounds, little angry Italian lady from, off the boat, Italian, is, and the doctor's like, "Mrs. Gravino, what's going on?" And, she's, whatever, and the doctor looks at the chart, and the nurse is like, he's like, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "Well, she wants salt, and I can't give it to her because her chart said no salt." And he goes, he puts the chart back down on the bed, and he goes, "She's 100 years old. Give her the damn salt." He goes, "What's the difference?"
Right.
She's 100 years old.
Yeah.
So I liked that guy after that.
Some nurses, they're just cut dry.
Yeah. Which, not the nurse's fault.
Oh,
she's doing her job. You know what I mean? She's following the chart, and she's doing her job. She's following procedure.
Have to do it.
Like, I get it. You know what I mean? But, in some,
that situation.
What harm are you going to do to a 100-year-old woman?
Right. She's lived a great life.
Right.
100 years old.
If I want my food to be salty as shit when I'm 100, I'll put the whole shaker. I'll eat the salt right out of the shaker if I fucking want to. Who gives a... I'm 100 years old, man. What am I living for right now?
Oh, man. That's true.
I'm living to die. Is what I'm doing.
And that is true.
Morgan's ain't worth shit no more.
That's true.
Well, sorry, Matt, but the only heart we have for you is 100 years old.
Right. I'll be like, I'll take it.
I
don't give a shit.
I'll take it.
All right, so now we're gonna step up into the big bucks. And you know, we're talking a lot of money here for
big bucks.
What we're about to present to everybody.
Big bucks.
So let's just start out with the corneas.
Which is mind-blowing to me that they can take that out of a person.
I know.
And put it into anything like surgery or procedure-wise that involves being in the eye is just unreal to me.
And it's just like,
dude, you know, those little tiny needles that like go into Dude, I was watching an episode of House the other day, and they were doing a thing where, like, they showed, like, the little needle, like, going into the eye, dude, and I can hit fast forward. I said, I cannot watch this. I can't have a sort of small needle go into my arm, let alone this little tiny, you know, quarter of a millimeter one go into my fucking eye, dude. What if it breaks off?
Yeah. So I even watched one of those LASIK surgeries.
Yeah.
Where they, like, and then they just kind of, like...
Dude, and those things,
Yeah.
Did they?
It's like clamp,
dude, on your eyelid, and they peel it back. Oh.
And I'm just like, oh my god, it's just amazing.
So disgusting.
So $30,000 for one of those bad boys.
That's crazy. That's so much money. It's
a game changer for the average, you know, working human.
They got to take that from dead people, though, right? Nobody's gonna donate a cornea that's alive.
I mean, you wouldn't think so, but there has to be.
Don't sell.
There has to be, right.
That's like you must have already sold your kidney and a piece of your liver.
Now think of this though, right? So we talk about this black market thing, and we've talked about addictions before on the show.
Yeah.
Do you think that this could become like not an addiction, but maybe a kind of like an addiction? You know, like because you're getting lumps of money now. You know what I mean? Did you see that happening maybe? Or?
Oh, that'd be so weird. Can you imagine somebody walking around with like no shoulder, part of their small intestine,
skin,
one kidney, right? Mad squares missing.
And you're just like, hey.
On the next episode of My Strange Addiction.
Yeah. Selling.
Dude's only got half a body left. He's got 2 toes left.
My God.
Because nobody wants the pinkies.
There's got to be someone out there that's done it. You know?
I mean, 7 billion people on the planet. There's got to be one.
Oh, that's got to be one.
That's gross. That's just gross. All right, let's move on to the next one. The heart.
Oh.
Now, obviously, these are from dead people.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't sell your heart and then still be alive.
Right.
So
unless you are one of those unfortunate people that get kidnapped, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
small percentage.
Small percentage.
But still, hearts, 120 grand.
Damn.
120 grand.
And that's the main...
Yeah. Now, check this out. Legal heart donations require $997,000. So $1 million. Legal heart donations require $1 million.
What?
Which is a major chunk of the estimated $1.4 million fee associated with heart transplant surgery.
That's how much it is?
That's how much $1.4 million costs you to get a heart transplant.
Holy shit, I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah. So, not only do you have to pay $120K for the heart,
yeah,
then you got to pay $1 million to get it put in.
Holy shit.
So you're in for $1.5 million.
I did not know that.
If you need a new heart. Yeah. Yeah, $1.4 million fee associated with heart transplant surgery.
That boggles my mind. Plus the hospital bill.
Yeah.
Which has got to be another. Yeah. So, I go into the operating room.
Mm-hmm.
I have to not help out with the surgery, but I have to, get the sharp spin or whatever. Every time I walk by there now, not that they're doing heart transplants, but You know,
Right.
they're working with the artery. They're working with the heart. The only thing...
You have to go in there while it's happening?
No, I can't.
Oh, yeah. It's like afterwards, right?
Yeah. We go early morning before procedures. But
right, before and after.
all I'm going to think about is if they're going to do a certain...
They're about to get $1.5 million.
I'm not going to be able to walk around this hospital anymore. Like, I'm going to be thinking all this crazy shit non-stop.
Yep.
And
people over here banging.
Expect another crazy show to come.
Unreal.
So this one, I kind of found digging deeper into the research was the lungs.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this one is actually factual, but $150,000 for a lung.
It's crazy.
And you can live without one.
You can live with one.
Yeah.
You can live with one. I mean, you can't, you ain't going to run a marathon, but...
No.
You can still...
You're not going to take a hit of weed. You're going to be like...
high as fuck.
Shit. My one lung. Can't handle this good shit anymore.
I got to get another one. Let me borrow $150K. I got a guy. I got a lung guy. I got a lung guy.
It's so true, but it's got to be so easy.
I got a lung guy.
But yeah, $150,000 for a lung. Now, you got 2 healthy lungs, right?
Yep.
And you're not hurting for money.
Yep.
But you're like, and if you live a healthy lifestyle and all that other, regardless, would you just be like, I think I'm gonna sell my lung?
No.
You wouldn't.
No way. No. No. Because what if I need the other one?
I wouldn't either.
You know what I mean?
I would not either.
Plus, that's not what you're gonna get for it.
No.
You're gonna get like $15,000.
Unfortunately,
and that is not.
So
not worth it.
Yeah, to make this clear, this is what the resale value is.
Right. Yeah. This is what the customer that's buying the organ pays for it. This is not. People get like 5 or 10% at best. Of the total retail value. So in really impoverished countries, if people turn to this, they could sell their kidney and only get $1,000 if they get the money at all. Because there's been a ton of reported stories where someone goes to sell an organ and they don't even get paid for it.
Right.
But you talk about feeling violated.
I'd be, and it is too. Like a lot of this has to do with the poverty-stricken communities that,
for sure.
You know what I mean? That can't afford it, or they think, like you said, they're going to get the money, and they're just like,
Yeah, and how good are the facilities where they're having this done? You know what I mean? So they're susceptible to...
They're using a stapler for stitches and shit like that.
Right, everything's dirty, not sanitized. Crazy.
Man.
So next one up on the list, second most expensive, is the liver at $157,000.
Wow.
As of 2015, approximately 30,000 Americans die each year from chronic liver disease. Waiting for a transplant often takes too long, and the cost of this surgery is also very prohibitive for many patients. Turning to the black market makes it cheaper and easier to find a replacement liver. If you were to sell your liver today, it would bring in about $157,000.
Damn.
If your liver is healthy, you can live without part of it. Liver is actually the only organ in the human body that will regrow or regenerate.
That is right.
Yeah, because you donate a portion of your liver. They call it a lobe.
I like it.
Yeah. So, it's crazy.
A liver. Whew. My liver still hurts from
My liver still hurts from Dublin.
When we took 10 shots of Tullamore Dew.
In like 8 minutes.
That was fantastic.
Best night ever.
Wow. Jesus.
Best night ever.
Hopefully my liver grew back.
I ain't giving you mine.
Portions.
I ain't giving you a piece of mine.
Can I get a chunk of your
liver? Probably worse than yours. You sure you want this, dog?
Oh, shit. All right, so the number one selling organ on the black market is the kidney.
Yep.
This is going for $200,000.
It's crazy.
For one.
Yeah. For one.
It's a lot of dough.
I mean, it's easily tradable, though. It's easy to acquire, you know what I mean? And a lot of people have renal failure, you know what I mean? So a lot of people need kidneys, you know what I mean? But you can totally live with one.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? It's
big
high
bucks.
demand. High demand.
Kidneys.
It's nuts, dude.
Damn.
$1,000, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So, I need both mine. I have shitty kidneys. They got stones all up and in them.
No, you ain't getting one of mine.
No one wants my shit.
You can give me 200 G's if you need one. I consider that. Maybe 250. Maybe 250.
So yes, 200,000 for a kidney.
Just nuts.
Wow.
So overall, you know, people say, what's a human life worth? You know, they say you can't put a price on a human life.
I like that.
We have.
There actually is
a price.
A price for
your life.
Your life.
Want to know what it is?
We are talking the whole body healthy.
Healthy. If you were to sell it all off.
If you were just to sell it all off.
It's like buying a new car and selling it for parts.
Yep. Your life is worth $800,000 plus.
Bummer.
Yep. So I like that analogy that you just had.
Yeah. You put a price on a human life.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yep. It's not priceless.
One life.
Yeah.
One price.
Damn near $1 million. $1 million.
$1 million. Up to $1 million if you're in good health.
Woo!
If you're not, then, you know, your value goes down.
Half that.
You're like that old Civic, you know what I mean? That someone's trying to sell. Parts car.
Yep. A parts car. That's all it is.
Oh, man.
So that is...
That's our one drink for the show.
The one drink for the show. That is our black market Oregon costs. Now you know what it is. Now you know what the value of your life is.
Yep. You were looking for what you were worth.
800,000. Some of us, most of us, won't even make that our whole life.
I ain't even gonna come close to 500K of my body being worth.
Unfortunately,
my resale value is going down and down every day.
So yes.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, don't forget you can check out all these shows on our YouTube and Facebook channel, both at One Drink Podcast, as well as listen to us on all major platforms. Please hit that like and sub button, and don't forget
to share with one friend.
That's it. Click on the bell notification to be the first ones notified when our new episodes hit.
And you know what my favorite quote from today was? It must suck to suck.
It sucks to suck.
That was the best line ever. Woo! As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Ooh, I love that."
Anyways, guys, catch you on the next one.